Hi guys, and welcome to my review of the Matchbox Commandos, or Matchbox British Commandos if you will. This particular set of figures is nearly as old as I am. These are labelled on the back as being released in 1977, although the sprue is stamped 1978. The first thing to note about the box is the artwork, which is classic Matchbox. Shows a bunch of figures that are engaged in various activities. All of these are representative of the contents of the box itself. Lovely artwork, very indicative of the day that these were released. A lot of the Matchbox stuff, and indeed some of the old Airfix stuff, has some lovely artwork on the front of it. Roy Cross and Huxley and all those guys were absolute excellent artists and really did some fine work. And they were utilised in these kind of packaging, which really kind of, from the little boy coming to the toy store shelf, they were really, really exciting. And in fairness, I'm sure we all loved to gaze at those as we were small boys looking at these figures in the stores. On the side of the packaging you have a representation of the figures contained within. When I was a lad, I used to stand my figures up in the same position as beside the box and imagine what adventures they'd get up to in my backyard later that day. The other side of the box contains some more representations of the figures contained within, with some of the equipment. You have a dinghy there, and you have some ladders, a Bren gunner, and some guys crawling. At the end of the box then you have some more representations of the figures which are contained within. You have the guy charging with the bayonet, and a guy with the Fairbrain Sykes combat knife or commando knife, and looks like the commanding officer with his 45. Very Stuart Granger looking type of chap there. Very grim, determined commando expression on his face. These of course are in 1/76 scale, which all the Matchbox range were sculpted in. Not much of a difference between those and 1/72, which is kind of more the standard. In fairness, these are lovely little figures. I'll show you the sprue now in a moment. A bit of a sticker here, which is from a Belgian store. I got these from some time ago. I'm not removing it because it's kind of damaging the box, and I just don't want to do that. So let's have a look at the sprue. Here's one sprue. You come to two in the box. This particular sprue shows the NCO here. You get two rifle guys. Pity you didn't get kneeling or prone rifleman with that, but that's just the way it was. You have four of these chaps here who are look like they're doing someone in with their bayonet on the ground. Two would have been enough, to be honest, but really four is a bit much. What else have we got here? We've got three Bren gunners here in the kneeling position. Notice that the muzzles haven't actually formed in the mould, which is the first time I've seen that, because I actually have quite a lot of these figures. But not to worry. You also have three prone Bren gunners here, two firing from the hip, a couple of guys advancing with their number 4 Enfield with the bayonet attached. I've read some places that the bayonet is a little bit small to scale, but they're so small it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Some ladders there, an unfortunate German who's been done in, and we have a guy crawling, and a lad who is obviously paddling his little dinghy, which is on this sprue, as you can see there. You also have four lads with the knife. There we go there, real standard commando pose. You get four of these guys in the sprue, which to be honest is a little bit much. Two would have been fine. A couple of guys I kind of term NCOs. They're depicted on the packaging there, helping to carry the ladder. There's only two ladders, but three of these chaps, so again, another pose gone to waste, perhaps. You've got three lads crawling with the Thompson submachine gun and the commando knife, and four crawling with the rifle. Again, two of each would probably have been enough. Two guys there to carry the ladder, or possibly surrender. You have two guys with the grappling hook there, and three, I beg your pardon, with the Thompson submachine gun. It's a really nice pose, actually, and my favourite pose of the whole lot. You only get one of, unfortunately, who's this lad here, who is throwing the grenade. Really like that pose. I don't know why, it just strikes a chord with me. I think it's very, very cool. So there's the two sprues. Kind of a soft plastic, not too soft, kind of medium, I suppose, really. I've painted them up over the years. Never had a problem. Quite good. From a nostalgia perspective, I just love Matchbox. They're my favourite range. I'm probably a bit overkill when it comes to Matchbox, but they just happen to be my favourite because of the childhood memories. I had a lot of these in the 1/32 scale, I think it was, as well. So just going back into my childhood days, I really, really do like them. So that's the Matchbox variant. These were also re-released by Revell, and this is the packaging here. Packaging is okay, it's a nice picture, but it's kind of poorly done, to be honest with you. It doesn't really look good around here. It's just a bit lame, to be honest with you. Still depicts the figures that are in the box, maybe not as accurately as the Matchbox packaging did, in fairness. You also have, what are we looking at here? You have the release date is 2012, so it's now, currently the time of filming, 2017, so they're out a while, still readily available on eBay and various other sites. On the other side here, you have some information regarding the contents. Basically gives you a little bit of historical information there. What I like is this sentence that says, their successes, I beg your pardon, were often exaggerated in British propaganda in order to divert attention from negative news from other fronts. I'm Irish, so I don't have a dog in this race, but that does sound like a little bit of sour grapes on behalf of a German manufacturer. You just couldn't say that the Commandos were kind of cool, you know. Had to get that little dig in there. However, that said, great work by Revell re-releasing these. I was delighted when I heard they were coming out. I rushed out and got one of everything in the figures range and a few of the models as well. The one difference between the Revell and Matchbox is that they are presented in this green plastic as opposed to the kind of lighter green that you saw with the other ones. Consistency is pretty much the same, there's no major difference. Have noticed in the re-releases there's a little bit more flash. Actually, you can see a little bit of flash on the rope for the grappling hook here on this guy. Not too much, you know, quick trim with a scalpel will take care of that really easily, so not a major issue, but you know, just to be aware. Good value. I mean, I think these come in at around, well, certainly under €10. Can't remember exactly how much I paid for each box, but give or take around €10. But lovely to see them out again, and the figure range as well that Revell actually released, which is excellent. I'm not sure if they released everything on the Matchbox range, but certainly most of them. It's great to see, in fairness. As regards painting the Commandos, there's a painting guide on the back of the old box. Be wide that if you are following this particular paint guide on the old packaging, that some of the paint numbers have changed, and as a result, what are we looking at here now? The uniform color, khaki drab. Some of the conversion charts available online that actually gives you a green. Now, I did paint some of the guys up in the green just to have a difference from a wargaming perspective, that I have 3 or 4 battalions. I play rapid fire sets, about 50 figures each. So I have one of them painted in this sort of it is a military green, so it's quite acceptable, but it just differentiate battalions on the tabletop if I happen to have 2 battalions of Commandos fighting at the one time. Here's an example. This is the actual brown that you're supposed to use, if that focuses. I hope it does. So there we go. And this is the green. So not exactly historically accurate, but you know, it's on my tabletop, and you know, you guys are never going to see it, well, unless I videotape it. And you know, it's absolutely fine. It turns out grand. As I said before, my favorite pose. I love this guy. I don't know why, but I do. Some of the other guys that are painted up there, just as the commanding officer. The webbing is quite nice on that. You know, nice little figures. NCO, he also has the beret, the same as the commanding officer. It's a pity actually didn't do more with the beret, or a few helmets for that matter. I know from a toy manufacturer's perspective, they're trying to identify the contents as being, you know, Commandos, and indicative of that is the comforter cap and the green beret. Would have been nice to see a few more with the beret, if not the helmets. There's one of the riflemen. Just, you know, nice little figure. Does the job. The battle dress is quite nice. You could have carried a few more bits and pieces, but that's what you get, and that's the way it is. There's your commando guy with the knife. Really like that figure too. So what did I do else? A few conversions that I did just to make things a little more interesting. Here is a mortar team made from the grappling hook chap and the knife man. The mortar is made out of a Q-tip and a few bits of sprue. I'll probably replace that at some point in time, but does the job if you want to have some mortars for your commando guys if you're wargaming. Nice to have. I also converted some more Matchbox figures. This is the commando chap, but with the head of a British infantryman, again from the Matchbox range. Literally just chopped it off and stuck it on with a super glue. Off you go, and it gives you just a little bit of variance in the figures on the tabletop if you so want. What else have we got there? Just use the ordinary British infantry rifleman from the Matchbox range. Painted his helmet the same green as the Green Beret, so just to give a little bit of variance there as well. We also have the commanding officer from the infantry range as well, just transferred to Commandos. And here is Montgomery from the Matchbox 8th Army range. Again, Green Beret, just nice to have a commanding officer for a command group if you're wargaming. What else have we got? We also have the radio operator Chap from the British Infantry Matchbox range again. Green Beret, nice to have a radio guy. He seems to have a Sten gun, but it's actually a Sterling because this is from this mold, I think, was used for some of the vehicles that Matchbox released as well, so he appeared in the infantry range. What else did I do there? Yeah, we have just a kneeling infantryman again with a helmet, just to have a little bit of variety. And a Vickers submachine gun, a Vickers heavy machine gunner from the infantry range also, and I gave him an assistant there, which is a commando in the crawling position with the knife and Tommy gun. So that's that. And also, just because there was no Sten guy, I chopped off the head of some unfortunate commando figure and applied it to the head of a Sten gunner from the British infantry range, just to have a little bit of variance. What else did we do? Oh yes, here we have one of my favourites, flamethrower. Nice to have a flamethrower for your commandos. So there you go. Again, head swap, off you go. There you have, commandos now have a flamethrower. So that's basically it. The Matchbox British Commandos. Lovely artwork on this. Not so great, but not too bad really on the re-release. Great to see that they are re-released in fairness. Brings new life to the old figures. Paint them up nice and handy on your tabletop, and away you go. So we will have some more figure reviews coming up fairly soon. Some more Matchbox. I do love Matchbox, as I have stated. So there'll be some others as well. And that's basically it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video regarding the review of the British Commandos by Matchbox and later Revell. And I hope that you tune in again to see what other adventures I get up to in modelling. In the meantime, stay safe guys, keep modelling, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you very much for watching.